Hello, greetings. This is me again, Zahara Berserk. Don't see myself live here, so just fixing my mic. Uh, okay, now I see myself live. I'm going to check the sound is okay. Sorry, I cannot take any questions right now. So, uh, the questions before I had, I'm going to answer them here. Just going out of from here to the Chrome. Now, some people could say that I was not going to the Shia commentaries or reading the Quran ayats in context. So, with the commentaries, let's see this one. It says here in Surah Muhammad, I think 40, yeah, in the commentary section. First, I'm going to read the ayat out loud. As for those, number one, sorry, ayat 1. As for those who disbelieve and turn away from Allah's way, He shall render their works ineffective. Commentary section, Shia side. Good deeds without submission to the will of Allah, Islam will be rendered null and void on the day of judgment. Total submission implies obedience to all commands of Allah and the Holy Prophet. In addition to the disbelievers, those who came in the fold of Islam and worshipped Allah in the manner and style shown to them by the Holy Prophet concerning Salat, Psalm, Zakat, Hajj, etc., but went against the commands of Allah and the Holy Prophet by not accepting the wilayah and imamah of Ali ibn Abu Talib in order to establish a social order contrary to the principles laid down in the Quran are not entitled to receive the reward of their deeds. In view of the deviation from the violation of the final and decisive settlement of the vicegerency of the Holy Prophet to be strictly followed by his followers after him, covenanted at Ghadir Khum, see commentary of Maida, verse 67. They have forfeited the right to be called true Muslims. This deviation led to harassment, persecution, and murder of the children of the Holy Prophet. So it's a long one here, just this was necessary. Let's see if Akamedipuya, let's see, this one has something to say here. The repeated reference to the belief in the Holy Prophet excludes the people of the book, Jews and Christians, from the believers, though they may believe in Allah, because they do not believe in the final revelation, the Quran, revealed to the last messenger of Allah, the Holy Prophet. So even the Sunni Muslims are excluded from this being true Muslims, and your deeds will be recorded. Now we come to the point here where it says the enemy smite. So when you meet verse 4 of Surah Muhammad, 47th chapter of the Quran, so when you meet battle those who disbelieve, then smite the next until when they have overcome them. Then make them prisoners, and afterwards either set them free as a favor or let them ransom themselves until the war terminates. That shall be so. And if Allah had pleased, He would certainly have exacted what is due from them, but He may try some of you by means of others. And as for those who are slain in the way of Allah, He will by no means allow their deeds to perish. So now to the commentary, Shia commentary. This verse commands every believer to kill or be killed when he fights disbelievers. If slain, the rewards from Allah are many, according to surahs and their numbers. The martyrs are not dead; they are alive. Those deserted the Holy Prophet. Now the main thing is coming to Akka Medipuya. What he says here, when once the enemy is brought under control, the release of prisoners with or without ransom is recommended. Recommended. The slaughter of captives was never allowed by Islam. So neither did the Yazid's army slaughter the captives, and I don't know when it was allowed to slaughter the captives. But here, Akamedipuya says the slaughter of captives was never allowed by Islam. I, long time ago, found a discrepancy in this, going to Surah Azab ayat in multiple with context taking you there for Surah Azab ayat 60 to 61. If the slaughter of the captives was never allowed in Islam, then well, who are these? You see, even if for a second we are told, if the hypocrites and those, verse 60, if the hypocrites and those in whose hearts is a disease and the agitators, rumor mongers in the city do not desist, we shall most certainly set you over them. Then they shall not be your neighbors in it, but for a little while. A large number of the hypocrites, disbelievers, enemies. Okay, I read all this. Okay, and then you come to verse 61. Cursed wherever they are found, they shall be seized, whether they have weapons or not. They will be seized. Cursed wherever they are found. Now, when you seize them, what for a second think? Don't they become captives? Because they don't have. Maybe they don't have a weapon. Maybe they may be resisting, but you have the weapon in your hand. Muslims, believers. So this I did long time ago, and this is here again. I'm showing you the discrepancy in the commentary section of Shias, let alone the Sunni commentaries, right? So this, excuse me, just for a second. Yeah, sorry, I muted myself. Now carry on. So those of you who asked me that or blamed me why I actually do not read ayats in context about Surah Hashar when I went there, and I had kept the live chat open. Some of you Muslims came here objecting. So I've done this long time ago, you see, but I didn't remember it at that time. What are the discrepancies that I found? I may have said it in the commentary sections. So this is one example I found lately. Back to this, showing you that these in Surah Azab verse 61, cursed wherever they are found, they shall be seized and murdered. A horrible murdering. Shakir's translation I took. You can take any translation you like, which you feel is close to Arabic if you understand Arabic. Whether it is a horrible murdering or a complete massacring. But here, before this, before the horrible murdering, wherever they are found, this makes them captives. They shall be seized wherever they are found, and they are seized. So, what does it make them? Captives, right? Makes them captives. And then, please have a look at this close examination of this, even for a second. But seized and murdered. So if you had not murdered them and just seized them, you could have made them captives. You've seized them. For a second, think about it. Haven't they become captives if you had not murdered them? So, as a Shia, even I would object to this and see the discrepancy. I put myself in my former religion mode, right? And I thought about it, contemplated on it, and now I'm sharing again as I did before. You see? So, Aka Medipuya commentary is wrong here. That never in Islam, in Surah Muhammad, under Surah Muhammad, ayat 4. Oh, above it, the ordinance to kill the disbelievers is applicable when they launch an attack on the believers, not when they have surrendered. Islam prescribes effective defense in the event of an unprovoked aggression. Now, those people in Surah Azab were rumor mongers, agitators. They did not attack the Prophet. And I've said this again and again, reading Surah Azab ayats. Also, when it comes to Jews and all, how could they accept this Prophet to be true when what he did in the earlier verse, making a mistake, making people a witness? If you take it from the Sunni side, that's okay. He made a mistake. He wasn't a prophet as yet. He adopted Zaid as his son, like the pagan Arab custom. Now, something may have happened. This is why my search goes that maybe the Jews of Yathrib also saw that he was not a true prophet. So I also did that research and found out that he's a false prophet. So back to that ayat, the point is that they were only rumor mongers, hypocrites, and we are told the ayat tells us itself. 60 of Surah Azab. Now I'm comparing, you see, and the commentary with the Surah Muhammad commentary ayat and with the Surah Azab 60 to 61 ayats and commentaries. And so if you blame me for not reading the ayats in context, I have seen something that you should have a look at and correct yourselves as Shias even. Kamandi Puya is wrong here to say the slaughter of captives was never allowed by Islam. How a believer deals with the but captive is a test. Some take ransom, some let them go for the sake of Allah. Some take care of them, shelter them, and feed them with no strings attached. How nice! How nicely, how greatly you have been deceived, Shias also. I, when you read this Quran, when you I go to when we go to Surah Azab, ayat 61. Have a look at this. Cursed, wherever they are found, they shall be seized. Now, who's going after them? The Muslim believers are going after them. So that, you see, they will be seized because here 60 ayah says that we will arouse you against them and they will no longer be your neighbors. So, how nice this commentary in under Surah Muhammad, verse 4. And feed them and this and take care of them if you want to. And another thing is, if you are feeling a victim and yes, betrayed deeply like I did, and I have this energy where even the Westerners, spiritualists, quotes and all, whatever they say, it just grabs, it's like Pac-Man, just eats up that beneficial thing that's coming to me through them. But Maybe you could be saved. So you could go to the Westerner books, read, get help for this victimized mentality, but I cannot because I have a severe case. However, if I may save you, not myself, but save someone, so please don't think it's a hypocrisy or something. I've been attacked, so I kept sleeping. My head was felt I was mentally very tired. So I kept sleeping. And when I woke up again, the breathing problem and the energy here, it's really negative, makes me stubborn. I can't get any good inside of me. So I'm trying my best, but failing. However, this is what I said. Let me just come here again and show you why I don't rely on the Shia commentaries with the verses of the Quran. This one example I found as I was going through this, which what led me to this. So you can, I'll just cut myself from this. Now you can see they are captives. But no one may have pointed this out or been alive to point it out or too scared to point it out to the Muslims, even the Shias, because the apostasy laws are there and they are strict. So this is a shore. This Quran, Surah 9, verse 62, and Surah Tahrim, verse 1 to 2, prove Prophet Muhammad was a false prophet. So back here where I was, I think, derailed, distracted by some comments here, and then my this tab also went off. Couldn't connect to the Wi-Fi at all until I left it aside for a while. So you see Surah Tawbah, verse 62. To you they swear by Allah in order to please you. To you, meaning the Prophet also we are shown in Surah Tahrim, ayat 1. What did he do? He swore by Allah, he took an oath to please his wives who were now infidels because they were annoying the Prophet. They had become disbelievers. According to the Quran ayats, who are the disbelievers who vex, annoy Prophet Muhammad, the Prophet? I think Surah Azab verse later on or somewhere. I have to check that. You know that verse who vexed this messenger, Moses, vexed Moses too. So you can see the Shias worked it out. But these wives are now, if you go against the messenger and you harass him, you become a disbeliever and an infidel. So, to you, you can do that search yourselves according to the Shia way also, not the Sunni way. The Sunnis think that the wives were not infidels or hypocrites, sadly. But that's good, really, because this person, the wives were better than him. To you they swear by Allah. But right now on this, to you they swear by Allah in order to please you. So we have this, thou seekest to please thy consorts. Thou, 66 Surah, Ayat 1, this part. Thou seekest to please thy consorts, but it is more fitting that they should please Allah and His Messenger is written here, so you might get confused or, brainwashed if they are believers. So it is more fitting. We come here. Allah tells him in Surah Azab, verse 37, but it is more fitting that thou shouldest fear Allah. And again, You see, the Shia commentaries fail. If the Shias even try to explain it to you in this way, uh, that Allah is telling the nation, his ummah, through him, that it is more fitting, telling them, giving them a message that it is more fitting that he should, meaning thou should fear Allah. You should fear Allah, right? So through him, he's giving the message. What a clever person. So this, and before it's too late, like it is for me, I've been struggling and struggling. You can even go to Qigong or please read, open your minds to something better in life rather than be uh, feel feel psychologically like I can't do this, I can't do that, I can't help myself anymore. I'm sinking, sinking, sinking. I really hope, or drowning, drowning. This doesn't happen to you. It's not too late to save you while I'm sinking and drowning. You may call me a hypocrite or whatever, but maybe it's too late. I've realized and I can't save myself. So I keep sleeping or just cancel the days in my life. There's a terrible attack on me. I cannot. I don't want to explain right now. I did a case last time, live stream here about myself, my life. So if I can save you from this lies coming out, so you don't have to, if you're, God forbid, in a terrible crisis, uh, you don't say that God is testing me, and I'll keep saying, reciting Nade Ali. I'll keep reciting Ayatul Kursi. I'll keep reciting. And your parents may go for pilgrimages to the imams, and they say it's okay. It's a test. We will not uh, give up our faith in imams. This is a test. बच्चे तो वैसे भी fitna, life, children, wealth is a fitna, source of fitna. God has given us one test after another. We are Mormon. We will bear it patiently. We will not let go of this. But then on the other hand, I think even a Sayyid, very well-known Sayyid, went to London. He was in, I was told, in a hospital near my hostel. But that I'm not sure about. But he went to London for his heart problem, right? Did one of a very big marja Sayyid, I think Yusuf Zaidi had told me. I'm not sure. Anyways, so excuse me. I'll just mute myself for a second. So when I come for question and answers, then I'll open the live chat box, but not now, because I see that people are not serious about this, and it really, that also got to me in this. God knows what hell I went through, and I don't know how much I've slept. So that really got to me also, and that's why I had to close the chat. I want serious people to have a look at this and save their children themselves from this. So do you see this now? Even this ayat, Surah Tawbah 62, Surah Azab 37, this part, but it is more fitting that thou shouldest fear Allah. Don't rely on the Shia commentary also, because there are discrepancies in the Shia commentaries. They are more lopsided, more this thing on the Zalim, that, oh, this and that being Ahl al Bayt and the progeny. And sorry about this, but I have to do some drama here. Some drama. Some drama. I apologize for the drama. And so, Surah Azab also under Ayat 60, uh, you don't see that the agitators will be seized, and for that moment, found and seized, these are captives, and you'll be murdering them. They're murdered actually, but just for the drama sake. And what can I do? I have to vent my. You see, you'll never survive if you get a little crazy. This is the point I've reached now. Sealed song. No, you're never gonna survive if you don't go a little crazy. Now here we have the commentary. You don't see this. Why? Okay, I'm stuck on this, and because I've done this before, and yet, so those of you who have joined me now recently, you are new, and you haven't checked my videos, previous videos. Maybe you didn't find them. God knows what the topic is. Again, I come here to tell you that I've looked at the Shia commentaries. I've seen how lopsided and how the discrepancies. This they don't see as a could be captives in 61. Then we go up to 60 commentary, but history written by their associates and followers do not mention them and their activities at all. Oh, after the departure of the Holy Prophet from this world, what they did, what wrong history. The Quran is recording what they did, these hypocrites whose hearts is a disease, the agitators in the city. Quran has recorded Surah Hashar ayahs, how you broke their homes. Believers, Shias call themselves believers, right? Some Momin hai aap, Momin, in a Sunni Muslim city, country, where we are not even allowed to say we are Shias, because then they'll say, you have divided. The Sunni Muslims will say, you have divided the Ummah, call yourselves Muslims. So I understand, I see both sides of the thing, right? So each questioning, I mean, blaming the other. But the Shias would not say that to the Sunnis, but the Sunnis will say, you have divided us, calling yourself Shia. So that's why they start to call themselves Momin in a Sunni state, country, city. Right? Momin hai aap? हाँ, Momin. Shias आप भी देख लें कि ये मोमिन क्या करते हैं, what do they do? You see also what the Momins do. Surah Hashar ayahs. Now here अल्लाह बेचारे आप लोग और आपके अहलल बैत जिसका आप बहुत बहुत चाहते हैं, और आपका रसूल अल्लाह एग्जाइल्ड हुआ था, सुना था, 1 साल के लिए केव में डाल दिया था पॉलिथियस ने. So Holy Prophet, yeah, but his, oh, oh, oh. So I don't have the heart to read this, doing some drama here. In fact, it was these hypocrites who annoyed, persecuted, and killed thereafter the Ahlul Bayt of the Holy Prophet till the disappearance of the last Imam al-Qaim, like after the Holy Prophet, right? And continued the persecution of the followers in all ages. अब हम क्या कहें, hypocrites कौन है? हमने तो इस्टेब्लिश कर लिया कुरान की आयतों से कि हिपोक्रेट्स कौन हैं कुरान की आयतों से establish the hypocrites, the disbelievers and the enemies of the truth have been seized and destroyed by Allah in the times of earlier prophets. And Allah undertakes in verse 61 and 62 that such people among the Ummah of the Holy Prophet will also meet the same fate. History does not furnish a single example of any action taken by the Holy Prophet against the hypocrites. Sounds familiar? I've done this before. In the sense mentioned here. Ooh, as Allah's promise has to be fulfilled. Ali, as prophesied by the Holy Prophet, performed this duty in the battle of Siffin, Jamal, and Naharwan. And the living Imam Al Qaim, God save us, will complete it when he is sent again in this world by Allah. See commentary of Barat, verses 32 and 33. Under 60, Surah Azab, this commentary, Shia commentary, and then 61, cursed wherever they are found, they shall be seized and murdered. But history does not furnish a single example of this during the time of the Holy Prophet, and that the Holy Prophet did anything like this. But because these are hypocrites, our Holy Prophet is a mercy. But Ali will do it, Ali did it, and Al Qaim will do it. But how come you did not look at this history? Bani Qurayza. Someone is here. Sorry, I have to take a break.